Right, here's the Riverboat song by Ocean Colour Scene. I'm going to demo it to you first. Here we go. Okay, right, let's look at the tabs. So you notice it is in 6/8, and it is kind of like a blues progression, but in 6/8 it sounds a bit strange, but in a good way. So really the main riff is this. You'll see it goes. Now to get that smooth you need to do a little technique going from this 7 here back up to the 7 again. So let's just work out what the main riff is, the 3 notes. So 7 on the top string, 5 and 7 on the string below it, the 5th string. Now you want to start on your 3rd finger, so then the 5th fret is your 1st finger. So I'll show you what I mean by that. So here. Now what you don't want to do is this, where you're going and you're taking that off to go to there, because you'll get a kind of like weird fast note just as you're coming off that to come back to that. So what I suggest is you start off with this flat on them 2 strings and just put the top on, and then you take it off for the 5, and then you put it flat again for the 1 on the 5th string. Now what's going to happen here is you're going to be able to hit this string and cut off the previous string. So I'll hit that string, the 5th string, watch this. See, as soon as I go to pluck the top string, my finger just does this. It cuts off from that string and just folds onto that string above it. So when I played that, I roll onto that. That's how you get that little technique. So it's always hard when you're playing a note and you're playing the next note string above it or string below it. There's always kind of like this tiny little delay of space. So you need to use little techniques like that. I usually call it like a seesaw, because you're rolling from one string to the other rather than taking your finger off like that. You're not doing that, you're doing this. So when you go to the next string, the other one automatically lifts off, so you don't have to mute it. Alright, so it does that. This. It does that 4 times, so I'll show you on the tab here. So yeah, 4 times, so watch. Okay, so that's 4 times. And then it goes up to the 14th fret starting on the 5th string, and it does the same riff, same pattern, but just in a different area of the guitar. So get your 3rd finger on the 14th fret, that's on the 5th string there. It should sound like this. Basically it's the same notes but up an octave, so it's the same sounding notes. So there, 14. So you can always tell by the 2 dots of the 12, 13, 14. So I'm on the 5th string, doing the same riff. So that happens twice round that. And then you do the same riff but move down a string. So you're starting that on the 4th string, so that should sound like. Now don't let this confuse you, because the note that was just before it ended on that 14, and then you're playing it, but you just have to shift your sort of fingers down. So you sort of start this bit on the note that you ended on. If you look there, I'll play you this. And then on that same note, I'll let you see that up front. back to the very start riff and it plays it twice. So just do that twice. And then we got this little lead line, which I'm gonna just demonstrate to you again, which goes like this. So I'll do it slowly. Okay, so the first very little bit of that is this here. So you got the 10th fret on the first string and then the 12th fret on the second string. And it goes 10, 12, 10, 12, 10, 12, 10. So don't go to a little 12 here. It starts on 10 and ends on 10. So that goes. That's the rhythm for that. I'm going to show it you up front. So yeah. So the 10 I'm using my first finger, the 12 my third finger on the string above it. Because then I'm going to use my third finger on the first string, if you can see here, and it bends it fully up and down on the first string. So you got to keep the pressure all the way there. You can't just lift it off at the top. So I'll show you what that looks like. So I'm keeping the pressure down. And then back to the 10. Yeah, see there, back to the 10. Then you got this fiddly little thing here, which goes 7, 10, 7. So you're playing the 7, you hammer on the 10 and you pull off the 7. So what that means is you play the 7, hammer on the 10 with your little finger. I'd advise putting this finger up to the fret as much as you can, because it will give this chance to get on properly. So watch. And then pull it off. So don't just lift it off like that, because you'll have no note. You've got to literally pull the note off. Hammer, pull off. And the next string, 10, 7. So I'll show you what that looks like. There we go. Da, 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 da. And then we have this here. So this is a quarter bend on the 7th fret, 3rd string. So let's get on the 3rd string, 7th fret. And what a quarter bend means, a half bend is the next step up. So is there, that's a half bend. But a quarter bend's a slight bend. So it just takes it out of tune a little bit. So it gives a bit of movement there. So it's a small little bend. And then you move up a string and go 9, 7, 9. So and then we go to 7 on the 2nd string, and then 10 full bend on the 2nd string. So a full bend means you're trying to reach 2 frets across. So if I play the 10 there and I measure 2 frets across, I've got to create that note but with the 10. So watch, there's a 2 frets up. So on the 10 I've got to bend it so it sounds like that 12. So I'll do that one more time with the actual tab up for the whole of that line. Righty-ho, bit of a challenge for you there. If you're just used to playing open chords and riffs, it's nice to just put a bit of solo in there. You know, a a solo is just like a riff, but just extended. You know, there's no difference to me really. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks a lot. Bye.